Hello everyone and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we are going to be hauling those doubles over there, but I just had to come over here because look at the lighting coming from the sky. It's about 7:30 in game right now in the morning. It just looks incredible. We're taking out the Western Star 49X. I'm liking the truck a little bit more thanks to a mod that I just put in, which adds sequential turn signals and LED running lights on the headlights, which look incredible. Reminds me of the Mustang's sequential rear turn signals. I love sequential turn signals. I don't know why, but I do. So we are going to go ahead and hop up in the truck. We're going to go ahead and put her in gear, take off that parking brake, and we are going to attach these doubles. I have not done doubles in a while, or hauled double trailers in a while, I should say. The last time I did, it did not go well at all. It was real bad. All right, over there, good. Okay. Okay. Also no wheel cam today just because I'm feeling lazy and the dogs have been kind of rambunctious, so I did not feel like trying to set that up. So no wheel cam, unfortunately. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. We got a big ass steering wheel in front of us that literally mimics what my wheel is doing in real life, so I'm not that worried about it. It's not going away entirely. I like doing it. It's just it's a pain in the ass to set up. What else do we have today? This truck is quieter than the Freightliner, and I have to remember that I have two trailers back there and not just one. We also need gas because we have just under half a tank, like between, I think that's 4/8 of the tank. No, that would be half a tank, Justin. Turn left. Can you tell that I am not very inclined in the mathematics department? Everything else, great. Math, not so much. But what's weird is I did perfectly fine in my statistics course last term, so that makes no sense. Okay, should be good. Yep. Ooh, old Pinto. Or Gremlin, okay. We weren't as close to that truck as I thought. I'm just not used to this. Ooh, Charger. I'm not used to this Western Star nose. I widened up my field of view a little bit, so hopefully that helps a little bit. I have taken some mods out because we are on the 1.41 beta now, so a couple of my mods aren't compatible. You might have noticed the floating signs at the pickup because the icons mod is not compatible with this version yet, and the developer of it said on the Steam Workshop page for it that he doesn't plan on updating it until after 1.41 is officially released. So that's kind of a bummer, but I get it. You know, because I guess there's all kinds of... Ooh, that's a bad wreck. That F-150 is fucked. Yeah, I mean, there's so much that could change yet since it is a beta. So I'm assuming they're changing, since it's not compatible. SCS must be changing a file that directly modifies and messing around with it. Though I did notice the floating icons look different, so that's probably what it is. They're not quite as like obvious. Well, they're obvious, but they don't have the marker on the ground, like the green marker on the ground anymore. It's just like a floating box, which looks a little cleaner, but I prefer just the little X's on the ground. What else do we got to talk about? Not a whole lot has happened this week. It's been pretty quiet. It's been a lot of rain, so I haven't been able to work on the car or anything. That's a yellow light. We're going to go ahead and stop for it. Because otherwise we'd be blocking the intersection. It's been raining a lot. Just kind of shitty weather for middle of June, or end of June, almost July. Weather has been cooler, though. It's been in the mid-70s all week. And that's Fahrenheit. I have no clue what that is in Celsius. So yeah, it hasn't been totally hot, which I'm fine with, because the new house does not have central AC. We only have window units and like portable AC units. So if it gets real hot, it becomes a little bit of a pain in the ass. I think this is a double lane. Yeah, it looked to be. So yeah, it's just been the last week when it rained a lot. It was that weird like hot and muggy rain because it dropped a bunch of tornadoes and some nasty weather to the west of us towards Chicago and that. And I am grabbing a thumbnail on this bridge because look at that boat. I want that boat in the background. Oh, I want that boat in the background, but I'm not going to be able to get that boat in the background, I don't think. Unless I can... Alright, let's go ahead and... We're going to go here, see what I can do. You're going to come along for this one. Oh, we got different... Oh, that's right, you can change the weather. I kind of want to focus on the doubles anyway, so maybe I might be able to do something with this. There we go. Oh, come on, Mr. Boat. See, that's all good. Time of day. You can actually change the time of day. Oh, that's cool. Can I, that's a little out of focus. There we go. A little bit more. Okay, this is not like the Rockstar editor at all, so that's nice. Okay, we'll go with that. I'm sure that'll work. Okay. So yeah, the weather's been real weird for this season.
Keep right.
What else has happened? Oh! This story is gonna sound like I was fucking high when it happened, which I was not. I don't do drugs. It's gonna just weird as the story is, though. It's gonna sound like I do. I was driving through the middle of town yesterday, and there was a dude walking down the middle of the street. Okay, just walking. Didn't think anything of much of it. He got out of the way as I got closer, and I noticed he like turned to like look at see if there's anyone coming. And as he turned, I could see he was holding something. And I'm not talking, you know, just like, you know, holding something. No, he was holding something, arms fully extended outward, and it was like half wrapped in a towel. And I'm like, what the hell is he carrying? Okay. I get closer and closer. And as I get closer, I could see what he was carrying more and more clearly. And I still didn't believe what it was. And I get right up next to him, and I'd slowed down because I got so distracted. And the dude, I shit you not, was carrying a turtle. I'm not talking like a little teeny tiny little like fish tank turtle. No, this was like a good foot in diameter, a good sized turtle down the middle of the road. I don't know where he got the turtle because there's literally no bodies of water nearby that area. I also, more important question, what the fuck was he doing with the turtle? I mean, if you're gonna transport a turtle, or I should say, if I was gonna transport a turtle, I definitely wouldn't jump right to, okay, I'm gonna carry it to wherever I need to go and not put it in a box or anything. I'm just gonna full on just fucking carry it down the roadway, wrap it in a towel, pray it doesn't bite me and shit like that. I was still dumbfounded. So of course my family members, being a smartass, like definitely where I get it from, decided to, you know, mess with me. What the fuck is this intersection up here? This is weird. Okay. So I got a bunch of text messages in our family group chat last night, like they were messing with me, told me the breaking news story on the local news was a turtle napping, and my younger sister, or one of my younger sisters, decided to look it up on Craigslist and like see if she could find like a missing turtle at it. She wasn't successful, but there was no missing turtles evidently in the area. So, but I know what the guy looked like, so if there is a missing turtle that pops up, I know I can help, I think. I don't know. That story is about as bizarre as it, yeah. Shit. What else? See, I don't have a whole hell of a lot to talk about, so now I'm just gonna like jibber jabber about God knows what. Ooh, this bridge is kind of cool. Oh, motherfucker. Really? I get a speeding ticket for doing 15 over, but before I started recording, I was testing out mods and making sure the game was good, and legit doing 97 mile an hour. By the way, the Western Star 49, X49 or whatever it is, this is called, it's electronically limited to 97 mile an hour when there's no trailer, and you have the 605 horsepower Caterpillar engine. Or is this the Detroit diesel? No, I think I have the Cat engine of this, if I remember right. Yeah, it'll max out at 97 mile an hour, and with a 30 or 40,000 pound trailer, it'll do 81 maximum. So do with that, do what you will with that information. That's how I test every video game for stability, it seems. I just drive and do the most ridiculous shit as possible. Because if it's gonna break, it's gonna break when you're doing stupid shit and really pushing it, not when you're just, you know, driving like this. Especially with GTA. Ooh, speaking of GTA, I finally got around to setting up the manual. It's called the manual transmission mod for it. It used to be called Gears, which adds full-fledged force feedback wheel support to GTA. Really? Stupid Chevy Express van. So, driving with a wheel in GTA is a totally different experience. Like, it took me forever to get the wheel settings set up. I went in, I was changing everything. I ended up having to turn down the degrees of rotation of the wheel from 900. I put it down to like 570, I think is where I settled at, because that felt the most stable and at slow speeds, and I could maneuver around still, but also I had control at high speeds because I could control it at 900. It's really, I think it's like 720, I think is what it defaults to, and I could control it just fine at high speed, but at low speed it took way too much wheel input to like turn around a corner and stuff, so I wanted it to be kind of more balanced, so I ended up messing about with that for a good 2 or 3 hours last night, which is why there was no video yesterday, because after messing around with that, I decided to update GPU drivers, which normally goes perfectly fine for me because I start fresh. I display driver uninstall it or DDU the old drivers, and I start fresh every time, because that's the best way to do it so you don't run into weird issues and compatibility and stuff like that, like files not getting overridden
Get
properly.
ready to turn right.
It rules that possibility out entirely. I am not going to the way station.
Turn right.
No. Really? No, I'm going this way. Fuck that. I'll take the ticket. Screw it. Oh well. So yeah, the because I haven't updated graphics drivers since, yeah, I know. I think I was on an April build. Yeah, I was on the 21.4.2 or 4.1 build. Or, yeah, that build number, quote unquote, is how AMD does their graphics drivers. And it was perfectly stable and performance was good. And so I'm like, you know what? The new version added a bunch of new stuff. It fixed a bunch of bugs, including one that I've experienced with FreeSync with my 144 Hz refresh rate FreeSync monitor, if I can speak English. And it uninstalled just fine. The driver installed perfectly fine, which I have to do a couple of different tricks because my card is not only overclocked, I have BIOS modded it to change up the memory timings a little bit. So that's why my RX 570 is literally the second fastest RX 570 in the world according to user benchmark. I am in the 100th percentile, and there's only like two or three other cards that score higher than me, or average frame rate higher than me, and it's only by like half a frame. So it's on par with a like mild overclock RX 580 is what mine performs at, which is absolutely amazing, especially with the graphics card shortage right now and not be able to buy anything. So, yeah, the drivers would not install. The tool I was using evidently is broken, but it's not broken. There was a little bit of a stutter. That's the first one we've had today.
Keep left.
Yeah, I did some searching. Someone else had the issue on the forums. I figured, okay, I'll just let it update. And evidently, it's only an issue with BIOS modded RX 570 cards, from what I can tell from the forums. But someone did figure out how to get the latest drivers to install and use the tool and get it to fully initialize and register and all that, so I can use and set up all my
Keep left.
extra stuff. And this is a goddamn detour. Son of a bitch. There was part of me that wanted to just go through the sign, but I was worried about clipping the sign.
Let's find a new route.
Or going by the sign, but I was worried about clipping the barrier or the sign. I hear a helicopter. I'm hoping this doesn't take me too far out of the way. So yeah, now I get to do that probably tomorrow if I have time. I've got to finish up final projects for this term's classes. So that's always fun. Though I'm really excited because next week on Monday I start my first it's Criminal Justice 101 basically. So I'm super excited about that. Because everything up till now has basically been my, what do they call it? Fundamental
Right. And then turn
education, learning stuff. I don't know what to call it. It's got a natural term, but I just can't think of it right now.
Turn right.
So like math, English, science. The course I'm in right now, I like it, but at the same time, I don't. It's the humanities, which is basically like I don't want to say philosophy, but it kind of is. I have no clue which way this has taken me. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. So yeah, it's kind of like philosophy, but it's with like objects and artifacts and like culture and stuff like that.
Go straight on.
So it's interesting, but at the same time, it's kind of boring, mainly because the teacher, or the professor, I should say, is not the greatest. Like, he's all the other professors I've had have been real like engaged with the course, and you know, sending out extra resources to help make it easier and stuff like that. And this guy is just kind of real like hands off, and the actual course isn't designed the greatest either. Like, the resources are literally just like links to articles and stuff. There's no actual like, they're all external, so they're outdated. They're not really up to date. Just, I don't care for it. It's not my cup of tea. I know where we're at. We were just this way not that long ago when we went to Kennewick. That's a very blue truck. Okay, don't wreck it because you got distracted by blue shiny truck. There we go. Cruise control set. Do we? Oh crap, we never got gas. We have a quarter of a tank. Oh no. Does it tell me the range? Oh crap. No, it tells me what the miles per gallon is currently. Oh. Nope. Damn it. Shapoopy. That's not good. Hopefully we don't run out of gas. We shouldn't, in theory, but... Oh, crap. I totally forgot about that. I meant to get it before I took that, even, you know, started recording, and forgot about it then, too, so... That's good. Tricks, quit scratching. Thank you. Dogs have had real dry skin lately. I don't know if it's allergies or if it's something in the backyard, because if it's like the old owner of the house like had one of those lawn treatments done or something like that. It's making her Trix itch, and it's making Ruby itch like crazy, and it makes Ruby's butt itch. So she's constantly on her back rolling around. It looks like she's breakdancing, or we call her being a maniac on the floor. So the only one that's not really bothered is Susie, my lab, so that's good, because Susie's a good dog. As long as she doesn't fart, because Labrador farts are the worst. See, this is what happens when I don't make a list. We go from my weird experience with a dude carrying a turtle to Labrador farts as topics. We're in Yakima. Oh, no. Thank God, I thought this was totally shut down. Oh, old lady in a Buick. Peterbilt's taking forever to speed back up. Ooh, that's the first time I've noticed an actual real-life billboard. I put that mod in like months ago, and I've never actually paid attention enough to see if it actually like works. Oh crap, I need to get over to exit. I'm sorry, dude. Hopefully you're far enough back. I don't think we're going to Yakima, are we?
Go straight on.
Oh, straight on. Okay. We're going to Yakima. I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention to where we were going. There's the lots to discover over there. I'll have to grab that when I'm finished. How much further do we got? Oh, we're like 14 miles away. Okay. Oh, I did add a new button. It changes it to the outside view. God damn, does this game look
Keep
good.
left, and then turn left.
It really does.
Turn left.
Okay, come on, truck. Luckily, the brakes in this realistic handling, or yeah, realistic truck physics by Finco. Don't quote me on that name. Are pretty good. I really like this physics mod. I've used it for a couple months now, and it's really good. I think he has a version for Euro Truck Sim, if I remember right. It's got copy paste console commands too, so you don't have to go in and like adjust the sliders. He's got presets to what just works the best, and if you use those options, it just works flawlessly. It's really good mod. I used to use his realistic graphics mod until the SCS graphics overhaul in 1.40.
Turn left.
And ever since then, I see no need or feel no need to have a graphics mod in, because this game just
Turn
looks
left.
so good by default. I think I also saw where BeamNG is getting some new graphics upgrades, like realistic vehicle material like metal and plastic and
Go straight
texture
on.
changes, and it's getting like ambient occlusion, like ray tracing lighting or direct lighting, I think is what they called it, which is
Get ready.
essentially
Turn
ray
left.
tracing, but I don't think they're actually using actual RTX technology. They're using a more lightweight open source version,
Turn left.
kind of similar to how ENB does. I think oh, there's a gate. That's cool. Okay, now with the doubles, it should just be a pull ahead into a parking spot and park.
Go straight on.
So that is what I'm hoping for.
This is where it ends.
Alright, I don't see lines, and I still technically have the icons mod installed, and I'm kind of hoping that is not affecting. I'm just gonna pull right up against this wall kind of slowly, because I'm thinking that's where it is, judging by where that flag is on the mini-map, on the GPS. Yep, okay. Interesting, so good to know. Yeah, there's like no markers on the ground. Okay, that's just because I have the icons mod still in, so it's partially working and partially not. So drop that into neutral, engage the parking brake, and we will go ahead and hop. Oh crap, nope, 2, there we go. Shut the engine off. There we go. And we will go ahead and detach the trailer. I love watching the actual hand crank spin. Okay, we used 59.2 gallons of fuel, 270 miles. It took us 6 hours, 22 minutes. And none of this really matters because it's the modded profile, because I don't know a single person that has not used or has a modded profile installed, because I do not have the patience to grind away at this game like some people do. I don't know how people can do that. I don't have the patience. I want all of the fancy stuff and being able to do what I want to do with it right off the bat. So that is going to do it for this episode. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button. If you didn't, you can hit dislike. If you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon and all that jazz. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Take care.